and I am a psychotherapist, a holistic counselor, a relationship coach, and I work with individuals, couples, and families. I have created a relationship recovery game plan that can get your relationship back on track. It's really the recipe for a successful and functioning relationship. The intention of this game plan is to learn how to reevaluate, repair, remember, rediscover, reconnect, and renew your relationship. Reevaluating a relationship really looks at how your connection and how your relationship system has been set up. Frequently, we just set up our relationships unconsciously, not really questioning what our needs are, what we want to do, what we like, what we don't like, who does the laundry, who does the cooking, who takes care of the children, who makes the money. We just fall into these unconscious systems and we play along to these rules and these roles that we didn't even agree to. Frequently, couples never get into that and sit down and explore and express what it is that they want from their relationship. A lot of couples don't even know. They've never even thought about it. Together, we are going to turn around and reevaluate your relationship. We're going to explore and understand what it is that you want. As I'm telling you now, the way you've set it up probably isn't working, and you haven't even thought or realized that you have the capacity to reevaluate it and set it up in a way that it works. What if you were able to get your needs met? What if you were able to explore and set systems up so your relationship functioned on a day-to-day basis with less conflict and more compassion, more shared responsibility, more respect, more gratitude? By reevaluating your setup and exploring what's happening between you, we can actually set your relationship up so it continues to thrive. R of the recipe is repair. A lot of issues inside of the relationship remain dormant. When we have conflict or issues arise inside of our relationship, frequently we sweep it under the proverbial rug, and before long we can't walk into the room without tripping over it. Repair is all about bringing all of that stuff out from underneath the rug and exploring it and creating a way in which you can actually communicate about the issues that are present inside of your relationship, whether they're dormant or active. If you can repair the issues that are present and learn how to repair in the process, you'll reduce the issues that actually sit there, and you will actually begin to be able to get along and connect and feel safer in the relationship again. When we don't repair issues, when we leave them dormant, they're like prickles that are on top of our skin. And anytime that we get brushed by our partner, it activates and stirs and creates discomfort. Frequently just shut down, avoid, disconnect, distract ourselves, instead of actually learning how to turn towards and have those difficult conversations and connect and repair the issues that are there. It's not about the fracture inside of the relationship, it's about the repair. Once we learn how to actually repair inside of our fractures, those conflicts and issues that occur, and find the underlying issues that actually are at the core of the conflict, we can actually shift our relationships into a really profound connection. And over time, you'll have less and less conflict. The next R of the game plan is remember. Over the years and over times, we forget why we fell in love. When we learn how to remember and explore the memories of the past, we can begin to reignite and rejoice in the love that was. By remembering, we actually begin to reconnect. I invite couples into exploring their original connection and what brought them into love in the first place. When they do this, it begins to refresh the relationship and really brings those happy memories back into present day. We can never, ever take for granted those early moments. But when we leave them in the past, we forget. It's so important to remember the love connection that you've created and continually revisit that so you can rejoice and refresh your relationship over and over again. This relationship recovery R is rediscover. Rediscover is really about exploring each other again, rediscovering who you are. As time passes, we change. Frequently in relationships, we actually judge our partners for who they are and we don't keep up to date with who they've become. Without rediscovering, we tend to play the old relationship over and over again. How beautiful is it when you rediscover your partner and learn new things about them as they've grown, changed, and evolved throughout the years? Rediscover really gives the capacity for you to be able to open up to a new future. By moving forward and exploring each other, you create a deeper connection, you build deeper understanding, and you can really actually begin to understand each other from a new point of view. The recipe of Reconnect is all about getting to know one another on a deeper and more profound level. Reconnecting is really about vulnerability. Vulnerability is the access point to connectivity. When we truly learn to explore each other on a deeper and more intimate level, we have the capacity to open up and understand each other and see each other from a space that we have never seen each other before. Reconnecting really opens up to those vulnerable spaces of learning, exploring, understanding all the dark corners of each other so you can bring light to yourselves and to the relationship. The final R is renew. When we become stagnant inside of our relationship and we lose hope, when the system shuts down and we forget one another and we lose our intentions for our relationship, we lose hope. Renew is all about exploring what it is that you would love to have as a relationship journey with your partner. Renewing the love, renewing the dreams, renewing the goals, creating plans, creating beliefs together. When you can renew your relationship and you know you have the power to create it anew, you will absolutely grab your relationship and lead it into a future with love, connection, hope, and joy. The reason I think I love my job so much is time after time, as I've walked and navigated the adversity and the conflict, the disconnection and the brokenness of my couples, that they discover a new relationship and a new way of being in the world that they could never even fathom. Frequently, when couples work with me, they get to the end of their course and they have renewed and rediscovered and reconnected with one another in a way that they never imagined possible. I frequently hear from the couples that I've worked with that they could never have imagined to have a connection like they've created, that they never thought that conflict could be resolved, that years of yelling and screaming would cease. And yet time and time again, I hear these clients say how their whole relationship has changed, and they begin to be able to hear one another, see one another, and understand each other from a completely different viewpoint. If you're ready to recover your relationship and get on the game plan, book a call with me. We will explore within this first call and uncover some of the core underlying issues that are presenting inside of your relationship issues. We will get to the center of it and begin to unpack it so that you can see a path leading forward.